So, are you confused yet? Well, I want to talk about one reason you might be confused and 3 ways to avoid being controlled. Wow. Well, first of all, thank you for joining. My name is Lalith Polite. I am a belly dancer, a belly dance teacher, and a personal coach. I help people to find and freely express their truth with dignity and grace through belly dance teaching and my personal development program called Awaken Your Instinct, where we combine belly dance, personal coaching, and personal development to help you do just that. Access, ignite, and unleash your true nature. So I have all my information down there in the description box below. If you want to take a look, let me know if you're interested on how I can help and what questions I can answer for you about any of that. So let me know. I've got ways to contact me down there. But let's get into this topic because I am so excited to share it. I have been trying to find a reason to work this topic into one of my YouTube videos that fits with what I like to talk about. Well, I like to talk about truth, okay? And lately I have noticed that almost everyone is dissatisfied with the amount of disinformation out in the circulating in the media, social, print, digital, what have you. And I am dissatisfied as well. And then we also have our trusted institutions telling us information and then swapping and reversing the information to say the opposite. And one day it's this is what we're doing, and 10 days later they've changed their mind and said, no, actually this is what we're doing. And you're like, wait, was what they said before right, or is what they saying now right? I don't know. And so, like, a lot of times people don't follow the new guidance because they're stuck in the old guidance because it's like that was the first thing they heard. And of course, there's this whole thing called belief perseverance, which we won't get into today, but I'm a psychology nerd and I love to know all the different ways our mind works. But that's another thing. Look up belief perseverance to understand kind of why some people, or even you, may be stuck in your previous, what I call old tapes, and not even paying any attention to new data or new information or new guidance. So anyway, it's a mess, right? But I wanted to talk to you about one reason today. One reason today. This is called the Disrupt, Then Reframe Technique. And why do I know about this? I know about this because I was taught by the professor who partnered with another professor on this particular study. This study is published in the 1999 Journal of the Psychology and Social Influence. It's the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, and it tells you all about the Disrupt Then Reframe technique. Let me just tell you real quick. This is all about reducing resistance by implementing confusion. All right, so I'm going to tell you the study. Okay, the study was actually performed right here in Northwest Arkansas. And they had groups of people go around door to door selling Christmas gift cards that were supposed to benefit one of the nonprofits in the area. Now, they had 4 conditions that they were testing out, and one of the conditions, I believe, was just saying, and I'm not going to get this 100% right, but I'm just trying to breeze through it so you get the idea. Just saying, hey, do you want to buy these Christmas cards? They benefit the XYZ Center, and they're $3. It's a great bargain. So they have the price, they have the what they want to tell you about it. It's a great bargain. Okay, they have that all just like you normally would say door to door. Okay, so then they had a section or a segment where they went door to door and they did a disrupt, okay? They said, oh, you want to buy these Christmas gift cards, they're benefiting XYZ Center, and they're 300 pennies. Okay, so that's the disruption. Okay, the other set of people went around, and instead of saying these are 300 pennies, they said they're $3 and didn't say anything. And then basically the conditions all in that they were testing were, would you like to, these Christmas gift cards are benefiting this center. Would you like to purchase these? They cost 300 pennies. They're a great bargain. Okay. So what they found was that group of people in the test that did that particular one, which is both the disruption and then the reframing, had the highest sales out of everyone. And the reason is hypothesized that it's because they caused confusion. And when you cause confusion, this is what it does. So it basically disrupts a person's understanding of an event and reduces their resistance to receiving your message. So the disrupt, then reframe technique tells you it is a theory of change that disrupts a person's understanding of an event and facilitates a new understanding of an event. Now, also, after that was in 1999, this particular professor was awarded grant money from the National Science Foundation to study ways to make persuasive offers, messages, and appeals more successful. Not by increasing the attractiveness of the offer, but by whittling away natural resistance to the offer. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm curious myself what the interest the National Science Foundation has on psychology of social influence, because that's exactly what this professor was studying. Now, I'm not here to criticize him at all. I mean, that was the coolest thing, to work on that. I mean, one of our assignments was then to go and create our own study to test out that theory. Let's just say mine didn't do well, but that's okay. I got to work on some of his research as a volunteer during the time I was there. But regardless, my point is that, a lot of us are confused and a lot of us are searching for truth. And one reason that I think we are confused is because it reduces our resistance to receiving a message or to following a message. Now, that kind of implies that there might be nefarious actors wanting us to do something or control us, and many people don't believe that, and that's fine, okay? But you should know that regardless of what the situation is, there are many scenarios where somebody could be doing this technique to you, even without them knowing it, whether it be in a sales situation. So there's actually a study done in 2007 in the Journal of Consumer Research where they tested this technique out, and they did find it to increase retail sales and to increase people's purchase intent to sign up for student interest groups. That's another thing they did as part of that experiment. And so this is a technique that has been really deeply studied by not just the professor that I had, but many other people, especially within that world of social influence. And so anyone that's wanting to sell you something and wanting to reduce your resistance to buying it is looking into using some of these techniques as well. So that's why I wanted to share this as one reason that you might be confused, because using confusion to reduce resistance to influence is a technique that is highly studied and published in psychological journals, consumer research journals, and that kind of thing. So let's just say you don't want to fall prey to this tactic, right? Like, who wants to be sold to? Who wants to have buyer's remorse? Who wants to follow along something that actually goes against their internal compass, right? That actually goes against your morals or your soul. Who wants to do that? I don't think anybody does. But I want you to know that people are trying to get you to do that. So here's how to avoid that. Here's how not to be controlled. So I got three ways for you. First of all, if you notice something is confusing or contradicting, like 300 pennies, really? Okay, come on, you know. Of course you do maybe want to buy the cards for the organization or whatever, but if somebody says something to you that throws you off, like I know that a lot of salespeople, they try to start talking to you and asking you a bunch of questions. That actually reduces your resistance. It gets you talking, it gets you thinking about something other than the fact that they're trying to sell you something, and it kind of like puts your resistance down. So if something is like throwing you off or it's confusing, just pause, you know, just pause. Like, take a second to pause and, you know, don't keep going along with what they're trying to make you do, which is like answer a bunch of questions or something along those lines. Number 2 is to reflect on what you just heard. Did you just hear 2 contradicting statements, or did you just hear contradictory information than what you got a couple weeks ago? Somebody could be purposely trying to confuse you, to reduce your resistance to follow a message. So consider, you know, do that reflection, number 2, and see if you can't tease out like what could be an ulterior motive here. And 3 is not to take what you're hearing at face value. So if that felt confusing and contradictory, and it seems like you reflected on it and you just can't seem to make sense about it, then I would then say, okay, then I really can't take that at face value. I'm either going to need more time before I make a decision, or I'm going to have to look for some other information, or do a meditation and see how that feels inside. There are all kinds of techniques for you to help you decide about what you just heard. But if it's confusing, contradictory, just don't take it at face value. Okay, so that wraps up my content for tonight, my share for tonight. That's what I wanted to let you know about. Now, this is a little bit different than what I typically talk about, but it was something on my heart to say, because unfortunately I see way too many people falling for this technique, and you know, maybe I can't tell people specifically personally, but maybe somebody will come across this video and share it. All right, if you do like this video, would you like it? And would you mind to subscribe to my channel if you like these videos and want to see more? And also, if you think you know somebody who needs to hear this, or even if you just want to share it broadly, please do share, because I do want to reach as many people as possible with this message. All right, thanks everybody for joining, and I'll see you next week.